Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Q&A, LaSalle's very own game show. I'm still your host, Aiden Brandt, and you are joining us for a very special episode. This is not only my final episode filmed at 5 o'clock, but we have two very exciting contestants, a former champ and, from the confidence that I've been seeing, a champ dethroner. Let's get right into these introductions, starting with Dez. Dez, if you could reintroduce yourself to the lovely folks at home.
Of course. How y'all doing? My name is Dez, and I am a former champ here at LaSalle Q&A.
Uh-oh. Well, that is some pretty high self-praise of yourself. And let us meet your opponent, Arlene. If you would please introduce yourself to the folks at home.
Hi, everyone. I'm Arlene, and I hope to be the next champ.
Uh-oh. Well, you know what? That is some pretty high hopes. But before we even get into accomplishing those hopes, we have to get into learning the rules of Q&A. I know, it's a game. You got to learn the rules before you get into this. Q&A consists of 3 rounds, which each has 4 categories, and there's 12 multiple choice questions. Contestants will go back and forth selecting categories. There will be a fast points round after rounds 1, 2, and 3. And the person with the most points at the end is the winner of Q&A. Now, folks, I do have some very sad news. Very tragic news. On Q&A, as you may have learned by now, I am constantly berated by cheaters and people attempting to find out the answers before the show even begins. And I cannot believe that a former champ would attempt to look at the answers. So Arlene, you are going to be leading us into round 1. Let's take a look at our round 1 categories. Shall we? Here on Q&A, we get the answers, not the truth. We have astronomy, sleep, coffee, and allergies. Arlene, the board is yours to command.
Let's get allergies for 1.
Let's do allergies for, let's do it. What is the most common allergy? A, pollen, B, cashews, or C, milk?
B, cashews.
B, cashews. Good guess, but not quite. Dez, for a steal, what are you feeling?
I'm going to go A, pollen.
A, pollen, not milk?
Nah,
Do you know how many lactose intolerant people I know?
That's not an allergy, though.
Correct. It is not an allergy because it is pollen. Pollen is the correct answer. Dez, what are you feeling?
I think I'll do allergies for 2.
Alrighty, let's stick with allergies for 2. What animal's bite can cause people to develop a red meat allergy? A, pigs, B, leeches, or C, a tick?
I'm going to go with C, a tick.
C, tick is correct. Good job. Wow. I didn't know that. I should probably read these before I host a television show. Arlene, what are you feeling?
Allergies 3.
Let's close that allergies. Let's do it. Allergies for 3. Rudimentary. What % of Americans are allergic to dogs? A, 20%, B, 15%, or C, 5%?
Let's go B, 15.
B, are you sure?
I'm not.
You should be, because that is correct. Good job. 3 points on the board for you. Dez, what are you feeling?
I think I'll go astronomy 1.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do astronomy for 1. What is the name of the astronomer who was known for saying that the sun was at the center of the solar system? A, Aristotle, B, or C, Copernicus?
You know, being a history guy, I feel like I should know this. I'm going to go with C, Copernicus.
Copernicus, that's fun to say. Copernicus. That's correct, by the way. Good job, that's a point for you. Arlene?
Let's do sleep for 1.
Sleep for 1. What is the recommended amount of sleep for an adult? A, 7 to 9 hours, B, 6 to 7 hours, or C, a whopping 10 hours?
Let's do A.
A, 79 is jotted as correct. However, if you ask me or anyone else on a college campus, you'd probably say it's B if you're lucky. So, but regardless, it's a point for you. Who am I to question with the answer sheet? Dez, what are you feeling?
You know, let's go back to astronomy for 2.
Back to astronomy. Let's go. We're taking it back to astronomy. Astronomy for 2. How often does Halley's Comet come around? A, every 25 years, B, every 76 years, or C, every 102 years?
I feel like this is on Phineas and Ferb.
You would think.
I'm going to go with B.
That's
76, every 76 years.
Somebody is a big fan of Phineas and Ferb. And getting 2 points. That is correct. Good job. Arlene, are you a fan of Phineas and Ferb?
Not really.
Wow. Okay. All right, we're just going to deduct 4 points off of her score, and up to you. What do you want?
Let's do coffee for 2.
Coffee for 2. What type of coffee beans What type of plant do coffee beans come from? A fruit, B, a flower, or C, a root vegetable?
Root vegetable.
That is unfortunately incorrect. But honestly, that's what I would have guessed too. That's just fun to say. Des, where do coffee beans come from?
Thank you to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
No
A, fruit. A, fruit.
Shout out Chloe for doing Willy Wonka last weekend. Did you see the show? Did you see Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in Northfield, New Jersey?
I did not.
You should have. It was a great show. That's a point, dude. Just
Thank
take
you.
the 2 points.
Thank you.
That's correct. Comes from a fruit. Des, what are you feeling? What question?
You know what? Let's wrap up astronomy. Let's go.
Sure. Let's wrap up astronomy. Astronomy for 3. Which of these planets does not have rings? A, Jupiter, B, Neptune, or C, Venus?
Ooh, that's I'm going to say Venus.
That is correct.
Oh.
Good job. You learn something new every time you play Q&A. That's the beauty of this show. Arlene, what would you like?
Let's do sleep for 3.
Sleep for 3. What animal sleeps the least? A, sloths, B, tigers, or C, elephants? Oh my. That's not the rhyme.
No clue. Let's do tigers.
Des? Des, what are you feeling?
What am I feeling? I'm feeling maybe C, elephants.
You're not going with tigers?
Nah, I'm not going to go with tigers.
Well, you get 3 points, Des. I'm sorry, Arlene, that was incorrect.
Sorry,
Des, that's
Arlene.
another 3 points, and Des, that's another question for you.
What do we have left, Ada, if you don't mind me asking?
Sure, let's check. We've got sleep for 2, coffee for 1, and 3, and that's it.
Let's do sleep for 2.
Let's close out sleep.
I'm taking a nap after this.
Okay, snooze. What is the longest someone has ever gone without sleep? A, 5 days, B, 7 days, or C, 11 days?
I feel like I've read about this somewhere. So,
Feel like-
C, 11 days?
Yes, Deslin. That is another, how many points? 17? 2 points. Another 2 points for you. Good job, Arlene.
Thank you.
Doing great. Comeback season. What are you feeling? Coffee from 1 to 3?
Let's do coffee 3.
Oh, high, big roller. All right, let's see it. What is the most expensive kind of coffee? A, black ivory, B, Ethiopian gold, or C, Kopi Luwak?
Let's go with Ethiopian gold.
You a big coffee drinker?
I don't want to answer.
Okay, well, it's incorrect. I'm sorry. Des?
I don't drink coffee, but I mean, black ivory, eh?
That is incorrect. Okay, here we go. It's Kopi Luwak. Also, I was kidding. Des did not cheat at the beginning of this episode. Let me just get that out there. The cheating allegations are false, which is why I'm losing my mind.
Thank you.
Des, coffee for 1. You ready for it?
Yes.
Awesome. Here you go. Oh, all right. This is a bit of a stumper. What is the biggest coffee chain in the world? A, Starbucks, B, Dunkin' Donuts, or C, McDonald's?
I feel like this one, I want to say Starbucks, but I'm going to go with McDonald's. McDonald's is everywhere, so McDonald's, C. Is it not McDonald's?
That's incorrect, Arlene.
It's Starbucks, isn't it?
Starbucks.
How?
Oh, okay.
That does not feel right.
But I figured McDonald's sells coffee like everywhere.
Look,
But
I
it's
don't.
not a coffee chain.
Guys,
Yeah,
let's just get away from
They had
round 1.
McCafe.
Honestly, let's just get away from round 1. That was crazy. Let's take a look over at our scoreboard. What are we seeing? Close game. Des with 16 and Arlene with 5. Ladies and gentlemen, get your buzzers ready.
All right.
It's time for fast points. Oh boy. Here we go. Fast points 1. What is Galileo's last name? Des.
Galilei.
Yes, correct. How many runs did Taiwan Walker give up in the second inning of the Phillies game last night? Des.
3.
No, 6. Next, do you have a water bottle?
Yes.
That's a point for you. Stay hydrated. Where's the musical Chicago set?
Chicago?
Really? That's correct. Good job. What is your favorite kind of chips? Arlene.
Lay's.
Good. Okay, I would have gone hers, but that's a point. That's a point. You can have it. How many seasons of Game of Thrones are there? Arlene.
10.
No, 8. What country? What country is Rome in? Arlene.
Italy.
Italy is correct. What is the only state with one syllable in its name? 3, 2.
Maine.
Maine is correct. Cold or hot drinks? Arlene.
Cold.
Cold is sure. What is Okay, and our final question of Fast Points. What Pokemon is Pokédex 355? Arlene?
Pikachu.
Close. We're looking for Duskull. And that'll close out Fast Points. Can you give me a buzz?
That wasn't me.
Give
That
me a
was-
buzz. No,
That was
actually give me
you.
a buzz. Okay, just make sure it works. And that closes out Fast Points 1. If we take another look over our scoreboard, don't call it a comeback because it's not. Des is 16 and Arlene with 10. Arlene, since you are still unfortunately trailing, you can take us into round 2. Let's take a look at our round 2 categories, shall we? For round 2, we've got werewolves, newspapers, come get 'em, Ben Franklin, lightning, and AC/DC, music. All right, Arlene, what do you want? The board is yours to command.
I know none of those. Let's do Ben Franklin one.
Benny boy, Ben Franklin for 1. What bill is Ben Franklin on? A, the $100, B, the $5, or C, the $20?
100.
100 is correct. It's correct there. Good job. Des, what do you want?
I got to go with Ben Franklin too.
Alrighty, Ben Franklin for 2. Rudimentary. When was Ben Franklin inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame? A, 1968, B, 2005, or C, 1796?
Was it B 2005?
B, no. No. Rudimentary.
I didn't even
Des.
know there was an International Swimming Hall of Fame.
This guy, guys, I mean, you guys know about the International Hall of Fame of, what is it called? The swimming, yeah. Arlene, obviously, it was.
1968.
That is correct. Good job. I don't know. Apparently, that's when he was inducted. Good job, Arlene. What would you like?
Let's do
You have
newspapers
everything.
one.
Newspapers 1. Alrighty. What is the name of LaSalle's newspaper? A, the Lasallian Times, B, the LaSalle Report, or C, the Collegian? Is that how you say college? Collegian, yeah.
A.
The Lasallian Times does sound good, but not quite, Des.
That's the Collegian.
It is the Collegian. Good job. I did a little trickery there. I know the Collegian, guys. What are you doing? What are we doing, Des?
Let's close out Ben Franklin.
Let's do it. Let's close out old Benny boy. How many years was Ben Franklin the French ambassador? A, 1 year, B, 2 years, or C, 9 years?
I know he was ambassador before Thomas Jefferson. Oh, my history professor's going to kill me if I get this wrong. B, 2 years?
You said your professor was going to kill you if you got it wrong?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you live to see another day. That's 3 points for you. Good job. Arlene, what are you feeling?
Let's do newspapers two.
Newspapers 2. The line that contains the author's name is referred to as what? A, the byline, B, the author's line, or C, the writer line?
A.
A, the byline is correct. Good job. Des?
Let's do AC/DC for 1.
AC/DC for 1. Who was not a founding member of AC/DC? A, Angus Young, B, Bon Scott, or C, Dave Evans?
C, Dave Evans?
You big AC/DC fan?
Here and there.
Well, Arlene?
A.
A, Angus Young. It's also incorrect. It was Bon Scott, apparently. Cool. They got good music, right? Yeah. No?
Never heard of it.
I don't know. Led Zeppelin's pretty cool. Arlene, what would you like?
Let's do werewolves for 2.
Werewolves for 2. All right, let's see what we've got. What is the psychological term for a person who thinks that they are a werewolf? A, lycanthropy, B, anthrolobos, or C, lupine?
A.
A, lycanthropy is correct. Good job. Des, what are you feeling?
You know what? Let's close out werewolves then, man.
Well, not quite.
I thought, my fault. Let's do werewolves. Let me do werewolves 3 then. I'm sorry.
Sure, you got it, Des. I like the enthusiasm. What was the first werewolf story? A, Epic of Gilgamesh, B, Twilight, or C, The Story of Lycaon?
The story of Lycaon.
Is incorrect. I'm so sorry. Arlene, do you have one of the oldest stories like ever or Twilight?
A.
What do you feel? Oh, that's 3 points for you. Good job. Got him. Yes, apparently there was a werewolf in the Epic of Gilgamesh. More you know. Arlene, what would you like? Would you like to close out werewolves?
What are the other ones?
We have werewolves 1, newspapers 3, and AC/DC for 2 and 3.
Newspapers 3.
Newspapers for 3. Let's close out newspapers. What was the first newspaper? A, the Acta Diurna, B, the New York Times, or C, the Gazette?
I'm going to go with B.
B, the New York Times. Pretty good newspaper, but not the
the
oldest,
oldest,
not the
yeah.
first. Des.
Is it A, the Acta Diurna?
That is correct. Good job. That's 3 points for you. It sounds Latin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sound, and that makes sense. All that lorium ipsum stuff, or whatever that means. E pluribus. Yeah. Alrighty. And that is actually going to close out round 2. Let's take a quick look over at our scoreboard. Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, the gap is being closed. Des with 22, Arlene with 20. Ladies and gentlemen, get your buzzers ready again. It's time for Fast Points 2. You ready? Yeah. All right. You sure? Yeah. Fast Points 2. Name any streaming platform. Arlene.
Netflix.
That is correct. Name a baseball team that has New York in their name. Arlene.
Mets.
Mets is correct. Next, it kind of smells like Updog in here.
Oh,
Des?
what's up, dog?
Nothing much. What's up with you? Next, what is the best kind of flavor of Girl Scout cookie? Arlene.
Thank you lots.
Yes!
No one knows about them.
Yes! Yes! If I could give you 2 points, I would, but I can't. Oh, that is correct. Wow. Oh, that makes me happy. Next, what is the best type of Chips Ahoy? Des.
Chewy Chips Ahoy.
Yes, that is also correct. Good taste. What is the name of Han Solo's best friend?
Chewbacca.
You're a Star Wars fan, Des?
Oh, am I a Star Wars fan? Yeah.
That is correct. What did David use to defeat Goliath? Des.
A stone?
Nope.
Okay.
You can't steal it. You can't steal it.
Unfortunately, yeah, there are no steals, and I was looking for a slingshot.
Yep.
So I'm very
They
sorry.
had those back then, huh?
They did. He had a little like one of those old ones where I guess it's a sling. All right. But next, what did he use to kill Goliath? There is a difference. 3, 2, 1. He used a sword. Funny enough, he knocked him down with the stone, and then he took his sword and. I know, crazy Bible stuff, guys. Crazy Bible stuff. Next, what did the Ark of the Covenant hold? Des.
Like the souls of the evilness in Indiana Jones.
As much as I want to give it to you, we were looking for the OG 10 Commandments, like the tablets. And finally, who hides Easter eggs on Easter? Arlene.
Easter Bunny?
That's correct. Good job. The Easter Bunny does in fact hide Easter eggs on Easter. And that is going to close out Fast Points 2. If we take another look over at our scoreboard, the gap closes even more. Des with 25, Arlene with 24. And sticking to the rules, Arlene, since you are trailing, you will be taking us into round 3. Oh boy, Des, how you feeling?
All right.
Well, let's see how we are after round 3. For round 3, we've got Hamilton, boy bands, cameo, and fan favorite category, all about aid. Arlene, the board is yours to command.
Let's do boy bands for 3.
Boy bands for 3. Which Jonas brother is not in the Jonas Brothers? A, Nick, B, Kevin, or C, Frankie?
Frankie.
Frankie is correct. You a Jonas Bands fan? Jonas Brothers fan?
Kinda.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. Des?
Let's do Hamilton for 3.
Hamilton for 3. This is a little finish the lyric, finish the line. A dot blank. Is it A, bum, B, broad, or C, burr?
A dot bird.
Ooh, that is correct. Good job. You seen it?
Multiple times.
Good man. Good man. You know, actually, funny enough, as of this taping, Leslie Odom Jr. is coming back for Burr.
Yep.
Super cool. Super cool. No points, but points to the audience for learning. Arlene, what would you like?
Boy bands for 2.
Boy bands for 2. I'm sensing the theme. Which boy band was Justin Timberlake in? Ooh, A, NSYNC, B, Boyz II Men, or C, the Backstreet Boys?
A.
A, NSYNC is correct. And they have some pretty great songs, as What's that one song with the bye bye? Yeah, bye bye bye. But not as good as the Harmony Boys though. Not as good as the Harmony Boys. Dez, what are you feeling?
Let's do Hamilton for 2, please.
Hamilton for love the enthusiasm, but we are not in fast points yet. Hamilton for 2. Which Schuyler sister did Hamilton marry? Peggy, Eliza, or Angelica?
Eliza.
That is correct. Good job. 2 points for you. Arlene?
Let's do boy bands for 1.
Let's close out boy bands. Boy bands 1. Which boy band sang the song "What Makes You Beautiful"? A, 5 Seconds of Summer, or also known as 5 Sauce. B, One Direction, or 1D. Or C, the Jonas Brothers, also known as the Jonas Brothers.
B.
B, One Direction is correct. Dez.
Let's close out Hamilton.
Let's close out Hamilton. Good job. Oh, bit of a stumper, Dez. Don't overthink it. Wow. Who is the main character in the musical Hamilton? A, George Washington. B, Alexander Hamilton. Or C, King George.
You know, Aiden, I think I gotta go. This is really stressing me. I think B, Alexander Hamilton.
Shot in the dark, but you're lucky because that is in fact correct. Good job, Dez. A point on the board for you.
Well, I don't throw away my shot.
That's what they tell me. That is what they tell me. Arlene.
Let's do Cameo for 3.
Cameo for 3. The singer Kesha appeared in what 2010s Nickelodeon show? A, iCarly, B, Big Time Rush, or C, Victorious?
C.
C, Victorious is correct. Are you a Victorious fan?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Big time.
That was a good
That was
episode?
a tough episode.
Never seen an episode of Victorious. Dez, what are you feeling?
Let's do Cameo for 2.
Cameo for 2. What movie did Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth recently have cameo appearances in, honoring their Broadway roles? A, Wicked, B, Amelia Perez, or C, Mufasa?
I haven't seen it, but I'm just gonna A, Wicked.
You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Have you seen it, Arlene? Wow. It's all right. You guys had good taste in cookies. That is correct. Good job. 2 points for you. And it was a pretty tasteful cameo. I was a big fan. Arlene, what are you feeling?
Let's do Cameo for 1.
Closing out cameo. Who has had many cameo appearances in Marvel movies? A, David Hasselhoff, B, Stan Lee, or C, William Stanford Nye?
A.
A, David Hasselhoff is incorrect, although he did have a cameo appearance in Guardians Volume 2. Des.
I gotta go with Stan the Man, Stan Lee.
Funny enough, it's actually Bill Nye. No.
No. Don't scare me like that.
Nope, it's Stanley. Good job. And over to you, Des, for a question. What are you feeling?
Let's do All About Age for 3.
Oh, stop. You shouldn't have if you insist. All About Age for 3. If I could choose to cameo in any franchise, which would I choose? A, Doctor Who, B, Star Wars, or C, the MCU?
You know, Aiden, just from sitting next to you in class and getting to know you, I'm going to go with B, Star Wars.
Interesting. That's correct. Good job. Arlene? Arlene, what are you feeling? All about me for 1 or 2?
1.
1? Okay, here you go. All About 8 for 1. How many times have I seen Hamilton live? You got this. Is it A, once, B, twice, or C, 4 times?
Once.
Oh, yeah, wait, it only has been once. Good job, that's a point for you. I thought I'd seen it more. Forgot what I wrote down. That's going to close out round 3. Good job. Ladies and gentlemen, if we look over at the scoreboard, oh boy. Des with 37, Arlene with 34. I love when it comes down to the final fast points. Get your buzzers ready. It's time for Fast Points 3. How many active dorm halls are on LaSalle's campus, not including Des?
Not including.
I didn't finish.
You didn't finish it, so I'm going to say 1, 2, 3.
Wow, that is correct. Good job. The rest of it was not including Miguel's. 3 is correct. On a normal cube die, what is the highest number you can roll? Des.
6.
6 is correct. What is the birthstone of July?
Ruby.
Ruby is correct. What color are rubies? Arlene?
Red.
Red is correct. In Minecraft, what color is redstone? Des.
It is red. The block is red, and so is the powder.
That is correct. In Marvel Rivals, what does Star-Lord say when he uses his ultimate? 3,
No.
What? I mean, you should know this. It's a great game. It's an absolutely
not
fantastic
I'm
game.
not playing that game either.
He says legendary. He says legendary. Next, how many members of the Fantastic Four are there?
4.
Bom, bom, bom. That is correct. What is the capital of New Jersey? Arlene?
New York?
The capital of New Jersey is unfortunately not New York, no matter what they say.
I said Newark.
Newark is also incorrect.
Isn't it Trenton?
It is
It is. No
Trenton.
points for Dez, but it is Trenton. Next, who is credited with inventing the modern light bulb? Dez
Thomas Edison.
is correct. And finally, how many episodes of Q&A do we have left? Dez?
1.
One more episode, ladies and gentlemen. That closes out this game of Q&A. If we look at our scoreboard, Dez with 43 and Arlene with 36. Bravo, Dez, on narrowly. Might I add narrowly, securing your second win. Is there anything you'd like to say to the folks at home?
You know, this has been a wild ride. You know, trust me, Arlene, you gave me a run for my money, but, you know, I had to keep that championship somehow. So thank you.
And
Thank
secure it, you did. Arlene, thank you very much for joining us. Our gracious and honestly well-fought loser. Is there anything you'd like to say to the lovely folks at home?
No.
You know what? I like the Anna Delvey approach to it. You know, you take nothing, and that's how you do it.
Yeah.
But thank you, folks, for taking something away from this show, I certainly hope. If you want to watch some more of Q&A, we have plenty of places you can do it. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Gmail. We got all the places. But honestly, from all of us here in the studio, from our last evening show, from Des, Arlene, myself, the crew, thank you very much for joining us. And I hope you guys have a fantastic night, and we will see you next time.